Well, hey there, sweaties. It's TSOL Games, and we're back. I've got another video for you guys. You guys know that the Squid Games Reload collab is here, and guess what? There is 12 skins in the item shop, but I bet you didn't know that there is actually 4 more Squid Games minimum. Actually, there's a lot more Squid Game skins that you can create using just one item in the item shop, and I'm going to show you that right now. It's 500 V-Bucks. Let me go ahead and show you guys what is here in this set. So there's the Glass Bridge Survivor, 1200 V-Bucks. There's, I don't even know how to say his name, Doc G Defender. And then there's also the bundle. And then there's the emote, back bling, and then also, of course, guys, the Squid Shapes wrap. What I was going to show you guys is, of course, there is 8 of these Fortnite style skins as players, and you can select the number on the outfit up to, I forgot what it is, like 400 and something. And you can even change the patches, whether it's O, X, or no vote. The cool thing though, guys, is the wrap. So I wanted to show you the wrap, which is unique. It's actually both reactive and animated. So it's animated, as you can see here on the screen, and it is constantly putting up the little umbrella, the circle, the triangle, and the star. And when you trigger the weapon, this logo here changes. So if you're like fast firing, it's just shifting between the different logos. Now, what you guys know on my channel, and again, this is 500 V-Bucks. If you want to use code TSOL Games and pick that up, you'll be able to do what we're about to do right now. I'm going to show you guys how to use that wrap to make several different themed skins. Let me show you what I did. I picked up this here wrap for 500. Now, I'm going to show you in our locker. You can see I was goofing around here in this. This is my Toxic Terry superhero skin, and you know we do the superhero tutorials. What I'm going to show you is we can actually build out ourselves several wrap-enabled skins, and I already constructed them, but you can see here Verity is built out. I built her out, and I'll show you how to do it as one of these skins. And I did that same thing in the theme using that wrap for Errant, which you can see here. Glitch, which is a wrap enabled skin, and the wrap recon. Now each of these represent a set. This one is one of one. This one is paired with the machine learning set, which is also glitch, so the boy and the girl are part of one set. And this guy, there's actually a whole set of Fortnite skins, like I think it's 4 or 5 different males, 4 or 5 different females, and they all have the same kind of style with the little jacket. And I happen to have one of them, which is the wrap recon, and you can do this cool thing with them. Now I'm going to show you some more stuff and how to build those out, guys, so stick with me. Let's go ahead. I'm going to just reset some of these builds. Let's go to this Verity skin I built, White Christmas. Let's say I got the wrap for 500 V-Bucks. I can go like this. I'm going to change the color scheme to black because that's what the game masters have, the game wardens. Then you turn off the glasses. You can actually keep the glasses on if you really want to. I'm going to change the main color to kind of this like reddish pink. And then I'm going to go ahead and select, this is the one. So when we get Verity locked in loaded right here, this is what you get. And when you actually fire your gun, the logo is going to change. And on Verity, let me take off the back bling so you can actually get a good look. Verity. And you can see on the back the little circle logo. When you shoot the gun, it's going to cycle the logo. Now, when we do the Errant skin, we build it out the same way. What you're going to do is you're going to choose pink as the color, bluish steel. So it just goes, it looks like black, because when you have black, silver on black, it looks more black. So we're just going to do that. You can do any of the colors you want, but I think the best one, color scheme wise, is just the bluish steel, which is silver. And then we're going to scroll down here to the middle and choose our wrap here, because otherwise it'll look something like, you know, look like whatever other wrap you have. You choose the one we just bought for 500 V-Bucks. And now his logo is separated by this little gap here. However, you can still get the back to look this way. So if you do no back bling, this is what you'll be looking at. It's pretty sweet. You'll get a good visual on that. Now, I can also show you guys a way to do a theme for these skins. Even if you don't have this skin, I can show you how to do it. You just need a certain back bling. There's 2 back blings that I have that I can show off for you guys. And there's several others that exist that are wrap enabled. As long as they're wrap enabled, you'll be able to do this. You can see how cool it is with all of the little logos floating up. It's just a really sweet design, I think. Then you come here, glitch, same exact thing. Pink, bluish steel, and then right here. That's the one you want. Same exact style. Now with her, there's a little stripe down the middle, so it does interfere with this little logo here. But everyone seems to like this skin. This is one that people really enjoy. Even though the logo is going to be cut off, it's still really nice. It's still a really good pattern. The other wrap-enabled one you could do is like one of the wrap recons that has these like pop collar jackets. I just picked him up. He was in the shop recently. I'm so glad I found him. He's from Chapter 2, Season 7. He hadn't been in the shop in a while, and I was really wanting to get him, so now I've got him. We go here, edit styles. I do pink, or you could even do black, actually. Now that I think about it, the theme for the Game Warden is also black, so it's pink and black, so you could do either. You could do black, but it'll make the shoes black, and if you want the accent on the shoes, you got to do pink. It's going to go real pink on the hair, but it's up to you, however you want to build him out. Then on the jacket, you can see the color scheme is laid out and the logo is very visible and clear, just like it was on the Verity skin. That is going to be visible and available to you. So now you have 4 different options for wrap-enabled skins on how to make this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go another step forward here and show you guys the back blings that I think work the best for this. If you come with me to my favorites here, there is 2 down here in the bottom that are wrap-enabled. There is the power panels and the signal sever. And I personally think the signal sever is better because it lets your shoulders be shown off if you're using a male skin, but it also has a much bigger panel with a more centered logo spacing. You use this one, it's a little bit cut off. You see that? And so it cuts off that logo just a little bit. If you use the signal sever, it's going to have it nice and centered. And so that's another way you can get that logo up front. So even if you're using glitch or you're using errant where maybe the logo is a little bit cut off, you can actually have that in plain sight if you have this back bling. And it comes around in the shop usually whenever glitch and errant come around. They put this one back in there, so just keep an eye out for that. You actually don't have to have a back bling on some of these skins, and it'll still be very centered, very nice and centered, just like that. Specifically on Verity, front and back, on errant in the back, not the front, and then her, you can't really see that logo on either side. It's kind of cut off. This one, you can see it a little bit, but it's still got a break in the design. And so then this one here, the Wrap Recon has it perfectly visible on the back, which is fantastic. So to supplement that, you can always just use the signal sever would be the one to go with right here. That's the one because it centers that logo at the top panel and it still allows all of the color scheme to be there with the little animated design. So enough about the back bling. Let's cut over to the pickaxe. There's actually an option you can do with the pickaxe. You have the Scholar Slashers, which of course you could just build out a black and a like a reddish pink, and I would use an outline. That's probably the best way to do it. You can also build out a pink pickaxe with the Phantasmic Pulse or the Omnisword, which also comes in pink. But in my opinion, the best thing you can do is the Code Cutter because it's also wrap enabled. It's part of the machine learning set. There's currently a glitch in the locker. So in the locker, it puts the sword in the wrong position sideways. You can even see when we click try out, it puts it through their leg, which is a weird glitch, but it's just a locker glitch, so you can still use the pickaxe. I hope Epic fixes that so I can show you guys what it looks like seriously, because it's kind of hard to not laugh at this. You just go pink, pink, and bluish steel, just like we did for the other like designs for the characters. You find your wrap, which for me is down here, and then boom. Now, whenever you hit with the pickaxe, it's going to shift from circle to, you know, square, triangle, umbrella, whatever. And so all those logos will be there. Plus it's also animated and reactive, which is so cool. I really love this wrap. I love wraps because I have wrap enabled skins, and that opens up so much opportunity for designs and customization. The other part that I wanted to show you guys was the glider. And I do think that anything pink is really what you want to go for. This one, the Wind Crawler, has a pink and black design. That is a perfect one if you have that from Chapter 3, Season 3. If you guys don't have that, you could use like the Wheel of Daggers, Chapter 3, Season 2. You could use any, really honestly, it's anything pink. And we're really just going for color scheme here. This one even is pretty close. It's got a little purpley in there, but it's still pretty close. This one is from the current Battle Pass, Chapter 6, Season 3, the Cheer Bolt. And it's actually the right color. It's like a little bit of a reddish pink. And I think that one will work just fine. You could also use like Battle, but I really like this one, so I go with that one. For the shoes, I'll show you guys really quick on these skins. You have choices of shoes that are just part of the skin, which will match more accurately to what you're doing. Or there is a set of shoes, like a kicks, that is close. It has a lot of pink and some purple. So at Bentley, I see there, he's even wearing the skin. It's got pink and purple, And this one I really enjoy. It's called the Ultraviolet Pulse, and it's from Chapter 6, Season 2. Music reactive. So that one will react to the music around you, which is pretty sweet. Either way works. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to keep them off, but that is a good choice. And again, contrail-wise, I would say anything that lets you choose the color pink. The Shardfall. The Shardfall lets you choose a pink color. That is perfect. So Shardfall is great if you have that. The Glitz Grid is great. It's like a reddish pink. Perfect. This one is a little more on the pink side, but it actually does match a lot of the colors we got going on here. So the Gossamer Shine is from Chapter 3, Season 3. Dropout Renegade set. That one's great. This one is the Fallen Daggers. Also the perfect color. Nice pink. Wish Guardian, Chapter 3, Season 2. You could even do the Kaboom, because there's a lot of pink in it. It's just fun. That's just a fun one. So that was a good one. You might have that one in your locker, guys. So check your locker for that. This one's great. Chapter 6, Season 1, much more recent if you're a recent player. Chapter 6, Season 1, the Diva Drop from the Starlit Sparkle set. That one was great. I think that was Battle Pass. And so that one will also work, and it's very animated as well. It'll kind of match what you got going on. A lot of action in this loadout with the wraps. There's the Cuddle Dropper, also a good color scheme for this. You could just do the big score, so like truckloads of money. That's kind of canonically consistent. So if you guys want canonical, just do that. All right. The Comic Clouds, also very pink. And the Panthers Plasma Orb is a little on the purple side, but still close. If you don't have that many options, this might be a good one for you guys. A favorite of mine has always been the Shardfall, and so I kind of go back to the Shardfall a lot. I just love the way it looks. And we're pretty much good on that. I showed you 4 different skins that are not in the shop that you might already have. And if you pick up this wrap here for 500 V-Bucks, you too can also make Squid Games themed wrap skins, which is, I think, pretty good. It's a pretty good deal. Especially if you really like playing the glitch skin or the errant skin or the, Verity skin or one of the wrap recon skins. Those ones are really fun, and then you get yourself into the theme of the season collab as well. So really fun. Now, a couple of things I did want to point out, guys. If you guys don't have a wrap enabled skin, this is the last section here I wanted to point out. Is in the locker, I can show you guys. I've actually built out an alias skin. This one's not wrap enabled, but I made it kind of patterned after the Squid Games, and because of my back bling and my pickaxe, I can have the theme on the guns for the wrap. Go to wrap, and you switch this. Your weapon is going to be themed after it too, so as you're playing, you're going to be feeling that. Look at that. Boom. You see how it... Watch, let me turn this thing around. You see that? Gets that action going. So just make sure to apply that on your gun, and then your character is going to feel a lot more in character. I put this little logo. So the alias one, not as accurate, but still we can have fun with it anyway. You want to do a build for this, it's really simple. Just take away all the logos, change his outfit, so that way you can do the appearance however you want. Dark skin, light skin, whatever. Headgear is default. And then you go here and you do the headgear as charcoal. And then the color for the jumpsuit is magenta. So you do magenta. And then on the accessory, you can either do magenta or black, either way. I think magenta is probably the coolest, just to keep it consistent. And then you'll see the shoes are just like that with an accent. You come over here to the sprays, because it's a spray enabled skin, and you click on face. If you have the Galactic Roundel, this is the one I like to use because it's like the circle, and you can actually shrink it. So normally it looks like this. It's super big. I'm gonna actually just zoom in like that. You guys see that? So then it's super big. What you want to do is shrink it down to about like 75 to 80%, like this, maybe 80, because it still looks round-ish on the face, and it doesn't hug out to the sides. So then you just keep the saturation. Saturation does not matter because it's a black and white wrap anyway. But the wear, some people would want it to be a little worn down, but the actual like face of the skins is very hard line circle. So I would just do this at 0% wear, 80% here, and click accept. Now your skin is going to have this black with the white circle around it. So when people are running around, they're going to kind of see that on your face a little bit. So you do that. You can copy that exact design for Caper as well. Same exact thing. Although for her, I did prefer to do black on the arm. I think I did that. And you just keep the back bling. So that's one way you can get away with it on a non-wrap enabled skin. Another way you could do it, guys, is by doing a Dynamo Dancer skin. And again, keep the wrap and the back bling as what they are. Now, in the case of the superhero skins, if you have a female superhero skin, perhaps Joel Tara or one of the others, what you can do here is just go to any suit pattern you like. I prefer this Intrepid. I do the full mask. It doesn't matter mask on, but you do want belt on for the extra accent. You're gonna come over here to the primary. You're gonna click magenta, and then you're gonna click, I like to do the cloth. Their suits are cloth, I believe, and you want to have that texture for the pink on the top. For the secondary, I go metallic and black. Now you could also just stick to cloth because it's gonna have a more seamless look if you want that. It's just up to you guys. Now, if you want it to have this kind of textured black pattern, do plastic, because it's gonna put that little plastic pattern all across the black side and make it a little more consistent with the black pattern right here on the wrap, okay? So that's another thing to consider, however you want it to feel or look. The belt, keep it magenta to match the rest of the suit. Now, of course, this is a little bit more of a lighter pink than the reddish pink that is in the Squid Games, but we don't really have a middle tone here. The only options are red, violet, and magenta. And frankly, this violet is going the other way. It's on the bluer side of pink. We want something that's a little more on the red side of this magenta, but we don't have it. So we're working with what we got. So here for the eyes, I would just keep them either white, or you could go black and just make it look more menacing. Black might even be better just because it's gonna look like less of an eyeball. But I like to do the white, so it just looks more superhero-y, since we're a little bit off the base of what Squid Games has to deal with anyway. And I just own it. And then I turn IFX off. Doesn't matter the skin tint because you're completely covered unless you do have the skin exposed. You could do perhaps Twilight Pink or just default. Hair tint, I would just match it. You don't have to have it because you're covered, but I would just do either black or magenta. And for the sticker, there's a couple of options that you can go with. I think this one is a circle. So if you wanted to do a circle, you could do that. You want this, it's off color. I would not do it. Game over. So game over is also just a reference to the game they are playing, the Squid Games. So the game over is a great one. And then you also have on target. So then you can do the exact same thing with Hunter, Intrepid, full mask, mask on, belt on. Primary is going to be magenta. I'm going to keep that one cloth. You could even do spandex, but I think cloth is good. Here, you're going to go black, and I'm going to go plastic. The belt, it's got to be magenta. Here, I'm going to do the IFX off. I'm going to go eyes white. Skin tint none. I'm going to do hair pink, even though it's covered, doesn't matter. And then for this one, I'm going to repeat with the game over. And that's kind of Squid Games E. A little bit on the pink side, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I could do this GG. It gives it a little bit of a reddish on that pink. So it kind of warms up the pink a little bit to match the back. So it's up to you how you guys want to build it out, but that's kind of what I would do. And yeah, you just got yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa, he doesn't count. Okay, so we're gonna go 8 different Squid Games themed skins, guys. And that's not including any of the alts for their styles. I was just choosing a male and a female and a male and a female like that. So 8 different alts. So on top of the 12 official Squid Games suits, you got yourself 8 additionals, okay? So 20 total Squid Games skins. Bet you didn't know that you could do that. Now, if you guys did enjoy this video, smash like, subscribe. Most of my audience is not subscribed, which is probably you. So if you guys do want to help me out, do subscribe, because I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. We're at 6,555, and we're well on the way. So thank you guys very much. I am surprised at how fast we are growing. It is, you know, I'm kind of a noob at Fortnite, but I do love doing these types of videos. I call them the Temu skins. You know, they're homemade skins. And I'm having a blast with it. So if you guys want more videos, if you want to see me game playing as these, I'm going to be bringing them out for this Squid Games season. In fact, I'll probably be playing as this one right here, actually, using my code in the item shop, TSOL Games, in order to pick up this here Squid Games wrap, which I find to be probably the most enjoyable since like the Mortal Kombat ones. So I hope you guys have fun. Have fun making these skins. If you make this skin, and you upload a clip with it, tag me. I'd love to see you rocking these skins, okay? Thank you guys so very much. I really appreciate you. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you sweaties next time right here on TSOL Games.